Hello patrons and welcome back for another real-time process video. Today is the real-time process video for the layout I'm about to make, which is part of the Summer of Story series. Today is the letter B. So I have this photo. So you guys might not know exactly what this is. This is when I crossed the New York state line back into New York when I was moving back home from Maryland. So I'm going to call this layout something like back to home, back home, something like that. At least that's where the premise for the letter B came out. The title might change because I don't think my titles need to be an exact match to what the topic is in my case. So I have a bunch of 6x6 paper pads pulled out. Case of the Blahs by Pink Fresh Studio, Simple Stories Life Documented, and then Crepe Paper Cool Kid. Two of these are brand new. This one's older. And then I have the Simple Stories Life in Color paper pad out here because I was thinking I would start with a base out of here since they're all primary colors. I want something a little basic to put all of my layers on. So I could do yellow, which I think would be a nice fun pop. We'll try yellow. Why not? And then I'm hoping that I can also use some of the cut aparts on this paper pad, but we shall see about that. But I don't have a real plan other than I want to use these 6x6 paper pads. So I think I'm going to start by going through and pulling out like the colors that I want. I think that'd be a good starting point. I like the arrows because that is indicative of a move. This red's really nice as well. I'm going to avoid the wood grain. I don't think we really need that this time. I also like this polka dot for that navy color. Okay, and then they start to repeat, it seems. I also really like this camera one. And these hearts are cute too. Pulling some of the busier patterns, and hopefully we can use those. So let's see what else we can find that matches these sort of colors, because we will need a lot of papers. I don't want to do black and white. I could pull in this other blue, although it's not currently in my color scheme here. Just a general script. These ones seem to be hard to flip through, which I don't understand. We got some cut aparts I might be able to use. The homes. Again, this is a cream-based collection, and this one's not, so I knew I was going to struggle a little bit with that. So let's see if we can find something. Like, I think this would go really well, except it's such a bright white base that I think it looks a little funny. These yellows match pretty well. Let's pull out that one. And again, it doesn't look as of a white base as the other one does. Okay, and then they repeat. So maybe only one out of there. That's fine. Then we have the Cool Kid paper pad. Let's see if I can open it here. Haven't used this at all. I did pick it up probably April or early May. So let's see what we got in here. Again, I think these colors will go well together, despite this one also being a white base. Let's see. That one could go well. Oops. I was thinking more of these triangular ones, but now I'm thinking that maybe I should go with like these ones. I'm also trying not to repeat too many patterns. Since these will all be going together, I don't want to do anything crazy. And these are different reds, so don't really want to do that. Got some cut aparts here. This is a boy-themed layout, or a boy-themed paper pad, so there's a lot of motifs I wouldn't normally use. Little dogs, that's cute. I imagine they start repeating again very shortly. But I also don't know because I haven't really flipped through it. Again, different yellows. I think that'd be a little weird. Okay, then they repeat again. Okay, so we have one from Cool Kid, one from Case of the Blahs, and then the rest are from the Simple Stories, which is good because I really struggle using the Simple Stories one. So I'm going to set those aside. We might bring those back later for some photo layering, but I think I'm going to make some sort of quilt pattern with these, which a lot of people have been requesting for my 6x6 focus this month. So, let's see, I don't think I have anything in here that I really want to use. I really like this one, so it says this is real life, but again, this is white based. This is not white based, which gives me a little bit of issues. Maybe not those cut aparts. There's tons of other cut aparts in here though. I think these reds match a little bit better, so if I want another red, I would use this one. It's a nice polka dot. Here's some more cut aparts. So as you can tell, this has a cream-based frame, but it's not. But like the insides are white. I'm gonna adjust the brightness here. There we go, get a little duller there for a moment. But I like this one, but how do I cut out the paper clip, etc. So maybe not that one. I know this is a little bit off frame, so I apologize for that. Let's see what else we've got in here. This is a different cut apart, so much happiness. Kind of like these labels. But they're also, again, white background. So maybe we won't use anything out here. But these are all essentially cut aparts left. And they're very beautiful, don't get me wrong. I don't know how to use ones like this that are like halves. I don't understand that design. And these are repeating now. I think they're all repeats, yep. Okay, so let's put these scraps away. And hopefully we can use up some of these. So let's get started with the 6x6s here. I think this is a good number of papers to have for this. I do want to mix up the orders of them though, because I think they get a little too repetitive in their layout here. Something like that would work well. And hopefully the sun doesn't come in and shine down on the table here, because right now it's shining into my face, but if the sun moves, I apologize for that as well. So what I was originally thinking, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we have 7 papers here, and we have a yellow background, which I think is going to be fun pop of color behind everything else. So we can either do a square pattern, a triangular pattern. I don't want to do paper punches, I don't think, but I could go grab one. Cutting into papers is the hardest part, is to get started, you know? So if I get my ruler here, we have 7. 7 divided by 12 doesn't do very well. But if we made them, let's see, they can't be 1 inches, or they could be, and I would just do rows of 6. But I'm also kind of thinking of a paper strip sort of method that might look nice. Like overlapping 2 sections of them. Let me see, because there's a ton of different quilt patterns on Pinterest and stuff. So if I cut them to 1.7, then they'd fit all the way across. But I don't know if I want them to fit all the way across. If I did 1-inch squares, I think I'm going to do 1.5-inch squares, because the 1.7 will fit them all the way across. 1.5 will give them plenty of room in between. And I think I might ink the edges as well. But I'm trying to think of where, before I lay down all the patterns, where I want my photo on the layout. I'm thinking somewhere like here, and I'm thinking like all the patterns down here to create some sort of, you know, look. But hexagons would also be really cool. And I do have a hexagon punch. It's not large enough where I think it would look great, but it is pretty big. It's like, it's probably 1 inch, which would take a long time to put all this together. I think we're going to stick with squares, and maybe I'll do some pattern switching after. So I think I'm going to do 1.5, and then they won't touch. So we'll see how that goes. So 1.5. I'll probably just cut the whole strip down to that size. Now I do have a tendency when I'm doing multiple cuts like this to miscut. That is just something I am prone to. I'm very bad at it. Did I just cut these wrong? Nope, they're all the same size. 1.5. But does that make any sense? Oh yeah, I guess that would equal 6 inches. Well, that's a good idea. I'm glad I did that then. Okay, so the first 4 are done. I think I'll only need 4 from each. I don't think I'll need more than that. Don't want to go too crazy with cutting them up and then not needing them. And 1.5. I really like this shade of blue aqua. I'm not sure what shade this is. 3 and 4. Put those 4. Yeah, I think this will make a nice background. And then putting this up on like a foam sheet or something will help give it, you know, a little bit more definition. Got the cameras here, which I think would be definitely harder for me to use if I wasn't cutting up into small bits. And ideally there's a full camera on each of these, because then you can kind of understand what they are. And this helps bring all the colors together, because it has a very similar yellow in it as it does in the background here. And I think I'm definitely going to have to ink all these edges, which is not ideal, only because this seems like a messier tactic to getting definition. But we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to think if I would ink them in black or not, because there's no black on these. It's got like this navy color it's not super navy, it's definitely just a dark blue, which of course is navy, but it doesn't seem dark enough to be navy, if that makes any sense. Probably not. So since we're in the summer of stories, I'd love to know some stories you guys are making this summer. I don't know if we're going on any vacations of any sort. Now that we live in the vacation destination, we'll probably just take a long weekend or something and go to the beach. Maybe we'll stay in Orlando so we don't have to drive back and forth. Something fun like that. Or maybe we'll go stay in Tampa. I haven't been over there yet. Sorry about the loud trimmer noises. And I think these will look, yeah, these will definitely have to be inked, because you can kind of tell this one blends into the background. And it's pretty washed out right now because it's focusing on my face. So I'm going to flip that over. And then the coloring should go back to normal. I really like this camera because it is now lightweight, you know, transportable. I do all my vlogs on that camera. And this is the Canon G7X that I'm filming on, which is a very, very great camera. Very happy to be using it. And I still use my DSLR. I like to use that for certain things, especially since it has autofocus. I don't have to worry too much about using either of them. They're both pretty good. It does seem I need to switch out my trimmer blade soon. I need to probably go buy one to check. I'm still not unpacked. Probably by the time this goes up, I still won't be unpacked here in the scrap room. I just find that I like to do other things instead of unpacking. Even though I'm excited to get it set up, I haven't even found my ATG gun yet. I have no idea where my glue is. I'm just using a different type of glue because that's the only one I could find. And I'm sure my ATG gun is somewhere where I put it nice and safe. Well, you know what happens when you put something where it is safe. I've looked around so many times, I'm afraid that I just put it back into a box. I know I have to go through all the boxes that still need to be unpacked, which isn't that many, but it's enough for it to make a dent in my stash. But I do have like all my stickers unpacked. I'm still missing some 12 by 12 paper, and they're not missing, they just aren't unpacked yet. They're just somewhere in a box. But my ATG gun is missing, so we'll see where that ends up. And now that I think about it, it won't be easy for me to ink the edges because I don't have my inks out either, or my blending tools. Or do I have those out? Not in there. I have to do one of these ink pads I have over here that I just bought. We'll see. Okay, so it looks like I'll be doing 5 by. Why are we doing? Maybe we should do 6 by. How many did I just cut? So if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there were 6 patterns. I might as well just count these. It'll be a little easier. 6 or 7 patterns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 7 patterns, and there's 4 squares each. So that's 28, right? 7 times 4 is 28. So we should do. And I don't plan on putting them behind the photos. I think that'll just be, you know, wasteful, in that you'll never see them. So wait, this one has 6, so we should do 6 this way as well. But like evenly spaced. Pretend they're evenly spaced. We're just planning right now. Okay, and we'll do 6 this way. Let's see how many can fill in the rest of this. I might have to cut a couple extra. Because I forgot about all these. And then my photo can go here. And then like cut aparts could stick out here so it's covered, or I could just move these. I'll just have to put something there, which I think this will be fun. So this works out nice. 7 papers, 28 pieces, works out really nice. You could definitely add another one because you could fill in 4 more, which I could do with this other paper I pulled out, but I don't think I'm going to. Okay, so now we're going to figure out the layout that we want. So we definitely need to mix these up quite a bit. So I'm just going to start interchanging these quite a bit here. Now there doesn't need to be a pattern in every row because there are an uneven amount of them. This is much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so far so good. Move this one to here. I hate that it's like that. Does anyone else do things like that and they're like, no, that's not what I wanted? Why is this so difficult? Okay. So there are 2 of the same in this row and this row. So let's switch out the... We can't do that. This is like those Sudoku puzzles that I'm so terrible at. Let's put a camera down here and then move this with this. I'm going crazy looking at this, guys. You guys probably see some great ideas of where to switch them, and now I can't listen to you because it's not a live stream. Since this one's so isolated, let's see, this row's pretty fine. I don't mind that there's doubles in a row. Obviously that can happen. I think the biggest problem here is going to be laying them down. Now I'm not huge like in making sure everything's absolutely perfectly straight, so I'm not too worried about it, but I am worried that I'm not going to... I'm going to switch these two, and then I kind of don't like that there's not darkness down here. So I pulled the cameras up, and there's 2 cameras in the same row, but I don't mind that. It's just I know that there's 2 cameras in the same row. So like this row is missing arrows, so I could switch these 2, but then they're next to, or I could do the hearts. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, I think we're settled. Like some of the vertical rows do have duplicates like blue arrows. This one's good. But I think that's where we're going to lay it. And these colors did kind of stem from the photo. I have the red from the heart and then the blue from my jacket and shirt. So let's see. We could ink the edges. I do have this gray color. Like I said, I haven't opened these because I just bought them. I don't know if I did do a whole video about these from Tuesday morning. So let's do a little test here. Oh, these look very moist. Oh my god, this side would have been perfect. Guys, I didn't remember that they're all double-sided. Should I add in another one? I don't really like the idea of having 2 polka dots, but okay, that's very, very dark. Dark gray. It almost looks blue to me. I don't know if you guys will be able to pick that up, but I do think it'll match pretty well though. This needs to go dry somewhere before it gets on everything. So I think I am going to ink all these, but I think I'm going to pause the video then come back. That way you guys don't have to watch me get ink everywhere. And it doesn't have a color with it, which is a little bit annoying. It came in the blue and green pack, just so you guys know. But I'm going to ink all of these edges just straight with the ink pad and try not to damage it because I don't have my blenders out or unpacked yet. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be right back. Now that all of the edges are inked, before we glue them down, I wanted to make sure I liked what I'm going to do with my photo first, in case we do want to move some of these around. You know, if I want to move the photo, I am getting ink all over the background because it's just everywhere, but that's okay. Gives a little more rough and tough look. But you can see how much more defined they look once they are inked up like that. Again, the photo is going to go here-ish. I think we're going to do some layers behind that, but I was thinking of putting something here. Maybe my title, I don't know. Again, I'm just scrapbooking off the top of my head here. Kind of thinking we could maybe fit a cut apart here, just half of one, maybe from the sheet. I have these labels that could look nice. Maybe. Let's rip out this one. So, a lot of these don't have anything. I'm thinking this one would fit the best. Let's grab that one. These do not line up. Why don't they line up? Who made this paper? This is crazy. Like, this one's not the right size. I'm also terrible at cutting, it seems. But that could just be my trimmer's fault. Let's blame my trimmer. Okay. So this is the one I was talking about. Something like tucking it in like that so I'd have a spot for journaling. But I do have to trim off this edge because it's got some coloring on it that does not belong. I mean, I just ripped it to shreds, but it's fine. I'll trim it up with my scissors, I guess. Yeah, I definitely need to fix my trimmer blade because that just killed it. Killed that poor piece of paper. Okay. Now the question is, do we want the red ones out because it kind of coordinates a little bit better? I think I want the red and yellow out instead of the blue because it wasn't the right shade of blue. So we'll just leave it like that. And then I'll put these away here. Okay. So now that we have this done, I think I definitely need some layers under my photo. Now, trouble with this photo, it is 4x6, so I'm going to want to move this little scrap in there. Trim very, very, very little off of it. Because one, I don't want to cut off my face, and two, I want you to be able to still read the sign in the picture. So I think we're just going to use these scrap layers. Start with the blue one, maybe? I'll add a nice pop of blue. And then maybe we'll go in with the maybe a multicolored. I'm thinking this one, then this one. So blue, then the yellow, then the dark blue. If we can fit them all. I cut off like a hair off of the photo, so we'll see. And again, I haven't found my ATG tape, so I'm using this basil glue, which I don't think they make anymore. I won it in a contest? I don't remember how I got it. I definitely didn't buy it. Oh, maybe that might have been in a Peachy Cheap grab bag. No, I definitely won it because it came with a refill, which is convenient because I needed it. Again, very thin layers, only because I don't want to cut down the photo anymore. Wow, that is not straight at all. Maybe I cut that. No, it's definitely, maybe this photo is not printed straight. I wouldn't be surprised. I think I got these printed at Snapfish, which I don't think is the best quality photos, I will say that. It's really hard to find good ones that are inexpensive. I know a lot of people print at home now, which I eventually want to do because I think that's much more convenient and more customizable, because you guys know right now I don't edit any of my photos or anything. Okay, Okay, so if I do the yellow one, I won't be able to fit the blue one. And right now, the other one has 2 white stripes on the side. So the other one seems pointless because you can't really tell if there's a color difference at all because it just looks like a white layer. So we'll go with the blue. Again, adds contrast. The red would have also worked pretty well. What I like is that there's no blue squares immediately touching the photo area. So that worked out nicely. And you could also ink these edges. Since they're so small, I don't think it'll be noticeable that I'm not inking them. There we go. Then you get a little bit of peak of color from all the colors in this collection. So now, we'll layer that. I do need to ink this though. And again, this ink is a very, very, very dark gray. Oops, that was not what I wanted. This is going to look a little rough and tough. That's the kind of layout we're now going for. I'm going to ink all the edges just in case I change my mind about the placement. So I don't have to ink it again. Kind of trying to let it dry. It is a dye ink, so I think those take a little bit longer to dry. But again, I don't mind the smears on the background right now. Like there's some up here. Hopefully my photo covers a lot of those. And the photo will fit here perfectly. Okay. So now that we have that down, I think we're going to glue down all the squares. If you find a pattern like this is a little bit too busy, you could put vellum over it to give it a little bit more of a subtle look. I just realized how long it's going to take to glue down all these. But vellum's a good idea for a more subtle look, and you could do some sort of specialty paper over them. The vellum or the frosted acetate. Those look way too close together now that I look at them. But no rules, so we'll see how this goes. And I'm not going to use my ruler either. You could definitely space these out perfectly. I just don't think I will like a super perfect look when I put embellishments on it later. But I do think I'm going to glue down this first row and then come back once I've glued down all the other ones, because I think this is going to take me quite some time. But let me know if you guys have ever done a quilt-like layout like this one. I'm always interested. And I definitely want to keep the time down for you guys, because there's going to be a lot of content this month, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed just by the first video. But I hope you guys are going to enjoy the Summer of Stories series. I know I will be. But I'm really excited to do this sort of idea that helps me scrapbook different stories, you know, instead of seeing ones over and over again, different topics, things I've been procrastinating scrapbooking, and also so far we're looking pretty good. I'm trying to keep them aligned pretty closely to the one beneath it. That way it looks good when they're all together. And if you notice, I'm keeping all the patterns the same direction. So, well, no, I'm not. These two are opposites, but I meant like vertical versus horizontal. So all of my chevrons will be up and down versus side to side, and all my stripes will be horizontal stripes, not vertical stripes. If that makes any sense. I definitely could have included that gray polka dot, but I'm glad I went with the blue polka dot instead. I think that fits the theming of this layout better. So since this is week B, I guess I'll call it, do you see how they're sort of going wonky, like how this got bigger somehow? Don't know what happened there. I'm going to glue down the photo and stuff after. But I'm not, since this is the B week, I'd love to know what you guys think. Okay, so I am adding more space on this side by accident. So I need to move these over a tad. And that one's still gonna, yeah, there's definitely more room on the bottom than there will be at the top, but that's okay. But I want to know what you guys are documenting lately that begins with a B. Is it babies, or is it bar mitzvahs, or is it a bike ride, or is it a bear? I've never had an encounter with a bear, which I'm glad about, but I've always wanted to see one when we used to go hiking. You know, just so I could see one in the wild. right now my latest endeavor is trying to see an armadillo. I did not know armadillos were in Florida, but now I really want to see one since they are around this area. Still haven't seen an alligator or a crocodile. I can't remember which one's which, but I think Florida has both. There's definitely a lot of differences between them. I just don't know them off the top of my head here. That's my latest endeavor of trying to discover the wildlife here. We did see a tortoise in the park the other day, so that was unique sighting. And I said I was going to cut out all this section, but I just talked instead the whole time. So it worked out pretty well. Again, a little bit, the spacing gets squished towards the top, but I expect nothing less when I'm the one gluing everything down. I tend to overcompensate in the beginning and then left with nothing at the end. But you can also tell I wasn't gluing these down perfectly because I thought I might have to rip them up. But there we go. Now it does look a little busy, but I think if we put the photo on some fun foam, it'll work. Now I'm going to glue down this since this is ready to go. So this will be where my journaling goes and these two like blocks. And I like that it fills out this area without adding too much extra stuff. So let's get some fun foam up in here. Oh, that's not a full sheet. Sometimes I like to get fun foam that coordinates with the background and the colors of the papers that I'm using. I'm going to have to trim this just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to glue it down. Move those out of the way. Now, normally I use ATG tape and liquid adhesive. I'm going to use the basil tape and some liquid adhesive. And I have been having some issues with my liquid adhesive. I think it's just because I'm in a different climate that there's so much I have to learn still about working with products in the Florida heat and humidity. So now I'm going to glue this down. And I usually go opposite direction of the other glue, that way it doesn't peel up as easily, because sometimes it'll just peel up because you're going the same direction. Like this is so difficult to squeeze out today. And not too much because it will warp everything if you do too much. So now let's put it into place. Trying to leave a little bit of a yellow border all the way around. Give it some breathing room. So there is that. Now that could be the layout in itself, but obviously you want to decorate. Now I haven't thought about what I want to use to decorate sort of like road trip stuff. Let's see if these are the right colors. There's some navy in here. These are some Project Life die cut shapes. Let's open this up. It's about time I've opened it. I've had it for a while. Okay, got them out. Let's check them out. So again, some of these will not work. I could add some gold. So this is mid-road, like this is when I'm almost home, so it's not like, this matches pretty well. Okay, we'll leave that one out. It's not like this is the beginning of the road trip. Those I also haven't done. I don't know if I want to add in gold. I think that'll just be a lot of, is this brown? This is brown. But I do think it's cute. A TP, won't need that. This is just a blank bubble. Real life adventures. There's this weird like mint color in here that doesn't match everything else. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Love it, see it, live it, capture it. Cute as well, but not really what I'm looking for. This little flag's cute too. These are all really cute. It's just not really the perfect match. Trees, super cute as well. It doesn't really work. Amazing, awesome, discover. I don't think there's much orange on here, which I thought there was more orange in these collections, but I must not have pulled much of it out. I really wanted to use the car because it makes sense to me to use the car, but if you just look at it on top of these things, it just blends in so much. So these aren't really the colors I was looking for, so I'm going to set these aside. I might use that chevron, probably not though, but it could work. I do have some die cuts up here that we can look through. These are some pull tab like journaling spots from Fancy Pants Joy Parade. Important. These are all very, very white based, which I think when it comes to embellishments, the majority of them are white based, so I'm gonna have to just throw that out the window. Don't need a bicycle, don't need that. These are, again, just random embellishments. I think these are from my last kit. These LA Studio ones are perfect for this sort of stuff. These ones, however, do not really work word-wise so far, and color-wise. There's this red one, not a perfect match, but we still got to come up with a title. I did say earlier that I think I wanted to do Back Home. And again, that's not, when I made this story idea, Summer Stories idea, the alphabet thing came later, because I was thinking that you'd want some sort of sequential order to these so that it's easier to follow along. And I thought, well, alphabetical makes sense because that means you are, you know, on track, because it's easier to know the order versus like a number. I really like this Be Happy, but it's so dirty. I haven't used Flare in a long time. These are Fancy Pants Happy Place Flare. And I know I haven't shown my room tour to you guys yet. But when I do, you guys will know that I keep a sticker bucket like right off to the side here, and it rolls away. So there's this beautiful thing that says On Our Way, but they're fading pretty fast. This is from Crate Paper. Okay. Some camping die cuts. These are all my new die cuts I haven't opened yet. Like those ones don't match. These are vellum die cuts. They're just mostly birds. These ones by Kaiser Craft. Goldenrod might work. They're very summery, and this was not in the summer. It's in the springtime. I don't really think these are the best match color-wise. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I missed a Vellum pack too. Maybe this one will work. This one's got some teals in it. These are Pink Fresh Studio. I like that there's quotes in here. Let's see if they're the right color. I'm just going to pull out one to see if it matches. So it says, "Stay true to you and you will end up incredibly happy." I really like that quote. When you make a busy layout like this, you won't be able to embellish much, which is what's happening here. I'm finding most embellishments add too much chaos, which, again, I sort of expected when doing this. And if you can hear that dinging noise, it's because I have a binder ring on my metal cart, so you can kind of hear it there. Like, these teals go pretty well together, but that's like so like this light blue and this teal are very similar, which is why I put them together, but finding embellishments to match is hard. So this is the BU collection from Pink Fresh Studio. Snapshot of a Great Day. That's not really the right color though. I guess it's more so the right color than this is. I really like a nice puffy sticker. And when I do have a setup like this where there's a lot of space in between, I do like to connect pieces. So like this sticker connects those two pieces there. Oops. A little arrow here. Again, trying to bring your eye back into the page. I'm just going to make a pile of stuff over here. That's what I tend to do when I am trying to make a pretty page. Let's see what else we got here. Got these greens, not really the right color. These layered stickers. These are from Pink Fresh as well. Apparently all my Pink Fresh Studio stuff's in the same section of this. I forgot I had these. These are the goldenrod stickers. Should use these on my last layout. Okay, so we do have a beautiful yellow that matches. So maybe we'll create little embellishment clusters in some of the squares here. Add some yellow up there. A lot of these don't match. It's mostly just that like golden yellow that matches well. like these pencils, but maybe some of these plus signs. Again, if you have busy patterns, it's going to be harder to embellish on them. I'll just stick it down there. Okay, that's probably it from that one too. There's hearts as well, but I don't think I'll be able to layer those in somehow. Maybe we'll have to break into the good old sticker books here. I've been trying to use other things in sticker books because I've been doing so many sticker books lately. So let's go back to these puffy stickers. I do this teeny tiny yellow gold star. That's freaking adorable, and the correct color. I really like this as well. These clouds are cute, but not the right color. Maybe I could use it anyway. I think it looks fine. We're leaving it. Paper clips. These are the Paige Evans Whimsical collection. Not too much on here that I would use. And I have this tendency where if I'm making a video, I'll just shove the stickers on top of their packaging and not actually go through, you know, what the packaging entails. Got some die cuts over here, which I think are the wrong color scheme, so I'm just going to put those back. Not really what I was looking for. Let's see what else is in here. Some random bits. Not the right color scheme. Now, I don't have any washi tape on this layout yet, so that's kind of surprising. But we might bring that in later. I think we're going to try to dive into some sticker books. Hopefully that'll help us get back on track. Let's start with Maggie Holmes. Again, completely different vibe than you'd think would go with this layout, but when you look at stickers individually, you usually can find something that will work. So let's take a look. A lot of yellow words. I knew there was a lot of yellow in these, so I thought that might help. There's this little guy here, which might work. Oh, maybe not. Just something like in the center here. Just add a little something. Okay. You don't need pinks, which of course there's a lot of pinks on these. Is this sort of the same color? Oh, so happy. But it's also not the same color. This is very green compared to the blue that's on the layout. We'll put that back. It's okay to put things back sometimes. Sometimes it's just not a good fit. I like this other than the fact that it has a hashtag built into it. Now I should probably start thinking about where I want to put my title. Because right now I'm just sticking stuff down. I really like these because they are not a white border. So the capture and the today. So I think I might be able to use this. I love working these into my titles. So like this would go here. I'm not going to stick it down yet because I don't want to lose it in case I want to move it. Okay, so let's skip right ahead to the title since I have an inspiration for it now. So I think I'm going to call it Big Move Today. That way we get the B in the title, even though the B just has to be part of the theme, not necessarily the title. Okay, that's not, I can't pick it up. So now I just need the big move. And this has a dark gray to it. I was thinking I could use these black ones because I knew they'd stand out. But I don't want to overwhelm the layout by adding black. And these are the Delight foam stickers. But I like that it would be, you know, short and sweet. I almost use these exclamation points as eyes, which could totally work if you're in a pickle. Big. I don't know if the word move will fit. Should have started with the end. And yeah, it's not going to fit. Maybe it'll fit. I have very little faith that it'll fit, but we can just move everything over. Okay, this is a U and that's a V. This is not a V, this is a U. This is not a V. That looks like a U. It's so weird. I guess the U's do have the downstroke on that one, but okay, we're gonna have to move this over, which is fine. Big. And Oh. And then these also stand out so you can actually read the title versus if I use like a color sticker. And I thought about like overlaying it with the sticker here, but I think this works out better. Big move today. And then again, we got the bee. I was gonna call it back home because moving back home. I was looking to see if there were any little elements I could pull out to put here. I could do NY to get it, you know, to put New York on here just to give it, you know, more black. And I like the idea of hashtag NY. Hashtag New York. So that way we have the black, 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 black. Lots of black. So now when we do some more embellishing, we need to add in some more black. These would be really cool, but I think they're a little bit too busy for the page. Here's a black heart. Maybe I could tie this in. Maybe I could pull these up. Oh, they're not even like sitting stuck down yet. We'll do super little cluster. Hello, explore. Can barely tell it's still a heart, but it's there. That's all that matters. Chasing dreams. It's cute, but not really what I want. XOXO, not what I want. I also have these clear stickers might work. We already used the word hello. I don't really like any of those. These greens somewhat match. That's it for Maggie's sticker book. So we also have Jen's, and then the one I used last month, just the plain American Crafts one, which this one has colors in it, brighter than Jen's does. Just kind of grazing through here. I do think some of these clear stickers could work. Now I'm not bringing in the gold, otherwise this one would have worked well. I just think it's going to be pointless to bring in another color. I don't think any of these will fit the way I need them to. Some simple tabs. Don't forget some arrows. I don't think any of these colors really match. This green kind of does, but I don't really need a pencil on this one. To-do list. Washi strips. Definitely want to use washi tape. I don't know why I didn't. I definitely could have tucked some in, but sometimes you forget and it's okay. Good, beautiful, the good life. Do something today, choose to be happy, have fun. Okay, let's see. Nothing really in there. I wish they had a little car. I think there's an Amy Tan sticker set that I have that has cars. The note to self could be cute too. These are clear stickers though. I don't like colored cleared stickers that often. I think they're very difficult to use. Little tabs again. Some words. I don't need those. Don't need those. None of these really match. Don't need a little alphabet. Don't like those. Don't like. Is there a car in here? A car icon would be nice. There's one, and it's blue. Perfect. That's what I want. Okay, now it's not peeling up. Let's try this one. Got it. Put the little car right there on the journaling spot. Maybe I should get another one. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I'll just use the one car. But I really, really like the car. It's kind of what I was aiming for here. And then any of these. Again, this one can kind of work. I do have a teal-ish color scheme. I really want this one to work because it's got the yellow in it, but I don't think it'll overlay on anything that well. So let's see, where is this? Oops. Where is this looking empty? I could put it here. Too late, already set it down. So you can kind of see you're going to bounce around a little bit. Now I do think I need some more embellishing over here. Maybe another one of these will work. I kind of like this heart. I really like this camera though. I think that looks really cute. Enjoy. Hello doesn't really work either. Okay, we had a couple more sheets left in here. Oh, we do have these phrase stickers too. So I have the phrase stickers up here. Don't need pink. Don't need like a. We don't need lime green. Oh Happy Day. That'll be the third time of using the word day on this layout, so that's a lot. Tomorrow, cheers, enjoy the little things, hey girl. It's not really the right shade of yellow. Not really loving any of those. And there is pink on this layout. I don't know if you guys noticed on this camera paper and then the heart paper, but I didn't emphasize the pink into this spread. And then there's none right there either. Okay, one last sticker book. And then hopefully we can find just one more embellishment set. And then I think we're gonna add some enamel dots to call it finished. Oh, look at all these cars. Jen Hadfield has the cars. I don't think I need a second car. I think that car is better, mainly because it's a clear sticker. It's okay, so I put that one back. Washi strips, words, boxes, boxes, gold, boxes, gold, boxes. Sometimes I wish there was a like fast forward for you guys, so you don't have to sit here and listen to me do this every single time. We could bring in some of these dark colored phrase stickers, but I think they're giving the wrong feeling to the layout, like a little bit too bold. I'm looking for something more lighthearted. Okay, well that was quick. So let me look into my enamel dots collection here. I have these relatively new Illustrated Faith. I got these at Michael's. And they're on clearance, but I think they're too red. Like it's too much red, so not those. Back into the pile here. I have these yellow stars from Studio Calico, which I think could be a nice addition. But I also think they're the wrong shade too. We have gold, we have silver, we don't need that, don't need that. What about this color red? Whoops, I just dropped some. This color red's even worse than the first red. Let's try these ones from Pink Crush. The red's wrong. The navy's good in this pack here, which is a Holiday Vibes pack. This one, I think the yellow could work. Let's pull out these navy colored ones. Yeah, I think these will work well. Let's try to pick out some sizes here. Oh wait, let me pick up these ones. So these ones are from the Simple and Sweet collection, and the other ones are from the Holiday Vibes collection. I mean, it's a little bit of a brighter yellow, but I think with an enamel dot, it's so small you can't really tell. Anyway, and I think these ones also match pretty well with this color scheme here. So just kind of alternating. Now I wish this red matched a little bit better, but that's okay. We just won't use it. And then navy. So 1, 2, 3. Let's just add one more yellow to call it a day. Okay, so now we have a vertical path here, viewpoint, I should say. Now I do have to glue a lot of stuff down still. I'll need to add more glue under a lot of the stickers I just put on. But I think that's it for this layout. It is quite busy, but we used a ton of 6x6. I used up 2 whole sheets right here by layering them under my photo as well. So let's see, I have 1, 2, and at least I cut into 5 more, so that's pretty good, especially since I haven't used some of those paper pads yet. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout. I'm going to glue everything down, and then this layout will be complete. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let's do a little bit of a close-up now. Apologize for the lighting here. You can see some close-up photos over on my Instagram as well. It's where I post a majority of my layouts instead of Facebook now. I used to post a lot of them on Facebook, but that seemed to be giving me some problems. And then I did the hashtag NY down here, which I think is super cute. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're watching it on YouTube, of course, this video is separate than the regular process video for this, so you can also find that on YouTube if you guys want to watch the shorter version to see how different it is, how much is cut out, you know, so you can see it a little bit differently. But don't forget to put your Summer of Stories posts on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere with the hashtag Summer of Stories 2019 so we can all see them. This was B. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be prepared for C and D next week. But thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate you guys here on Patreon so much, and I hope you guys enjoy all these extra videos this month for Summer of Stories. But thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.